Jill Puleri, head of retail global consulting at IBM, joins us now to explain. So what is it? People can't find jobs. They're moving home with mom and dad, so they need a big screen for their old bedroom?
Yeah, so there's the good news here, which is home decor and home sales are actually going up. Not home sales themselves, but actually decor. And why is that, right? Well, if you have kids coming back from school to move back in, you need linens, you need maybe new furniture. So that's why we see the home category up 10% for the year.
So people aren't renovating their homes, though, so they can accommodate their kids. That wouldn't seem to make sense. You can't get a job, so you put an addition on your house. This is just the twin-size bed you had when you were 18. Now that you're moving back in when you're 25, maybe you switch to a full?
Well, not only that, but if you ever bring a kid back from college, do you really want to keep that comforter? Probably not, right? So people are actually doing some home improvement in terms of when people move back into the home.
So what kind of stores are we seeing an uptick in sales? Is this going to be a big win for Bed Bath & Beyond?
Yeah, so there's really two categories that we're watching through our advanced analytics. The first one, as we said, was home. So home is going to go up 10% for the year, 7% for holiday. The other one that we're watching is really important is home and actually health and beauty. So people are not going to downgrade their makeup or their perfume. So those two categories we're watching as being the two spikes.
What I noticed, though, is none of these are big ticket items. Whether you're buying a $110 perfume or a new comforter, that's not a flat screen.
Right. So if you think of what happened in holiday this year, right? Holiday started really strong in Thanksgiving Day, by the way. People were shopping Thanksgiving Day.
But what kind of items?
So,
how expensive were they?
So, you know, the average ticket is low this year. So people are actually buying things on sale. So it's a very frugal holiday, but more people are buying, which is great for retail, right? So there's more people in the game.
And the types of items they're buying, though, cost less. What does that mean to the stores? Even if your cash register has more people coming through, don't I want to sell $600, $700, $800 items?
But the facts here, which is great, is that sales are up 26% online, which is wonderful for the retailer. Whether it's, you know, you have an online channel, which is the ones that we watch, those guys are up. And sales overall, we're thinking we're halfway there, right? We've got 2 more weekends until Christmas, and we're seeing that it's going to be another surge. I mean, that's what I'm predicting, and that's what our models predict, is there's going to be another surge.
How much are these stores cannibalizing themselves with sales? They all seem to be undercutting prices so they can win out, but in the end, are they all going to be losers?
Well, if you look at it, they're selling more. So maybe the average ticket is down, and maybe the number of items in your basket is down, but there's more people shopping, so sales are up.
I want to go back to talking home decor. We've seen a bounce back in home sales. Is that also factoring in not just kids moving back, but if you're buying a new home, you're also maybe not taking your old furniture and linens?
Well, there's a couple of things factoring into the home thing. One is the demographics, so more people living in the home, which we talked about. The other one is Sandy. Believe it or not, we're looking at the Northeast as being an uptick. So 2 months after the storm, people are actually replenishing. They're going back. They're actually going in and having to remodel and do things. So that's going to help the Northeast significantly here.
But even if it helps it, isn't that a short-term solution? Because when people who've been affected by the hurricane are having to replenish, are they replenishing with 800 thread count sheets, or are they buying the most basic because clearly they didn't plan or budget for this?
Well, when you're in a holiday period and sales are where they are and there's a ton of promotion activity, we're seeing that the attitude is to upgrade. So that's actually some really positive news for the retailer. It's promotional activity. It's a frugal holiday. So people are getting more for their money, which is actually great news.
Then what happens first quarter next year?
You know, it depends. We'll look at our models when we do our forecast again. But right now we're looking at the next 2 weeks as really our focus, which is spot on.
And what is one area that you think is being hurt the most here, just really struggling in the holiday season?
Well, what we see is all year long people have gone up in certain categories and down in certain categories, right? So there's the category of apparel everyone's watching. Men's apparel was up last year significantly. Men are not replenishing their closet. Maybe that was last year. This year, it's actually women's apparel looks good, kids are flat, and the other two categories, again, are home, which is fantastic, and we're also looking at health and beauty, which is fantastic.